One of the most viral and inflammatory moments from the Kamala-Donald Trump debate this past week was when he mentioned that Haitian immigrants were eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. This was actually something that started probably like 3 days before. At least it was going viral 3 days before. It started a little bit before then, but it was going viral 3 days before. It was getting boosted by a ton of Republican lawmakers and specifically J.D. Vance more than anybody, going off about how there were memes being posted about how you need to protect your cats by voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump himself was posting videos of him holding cats in relation to this crazy meme. J.D. Vance even then came out and admitted that there wasn't too much of anything based in fact about the cat thing, but he's heard people and his constituents call his office and tell him that it's been happening to other people. So it's like this crazy connection. But J.D. Vance has still said, post the cat memes, don't let the media stop you, all that stuff. And I think I want to talk about Springfield, Ohio, talk about where this meme, this rumor, this hatred is coming from and the effects that it's already having on the Haitian community, which it's already been pretty intense. So Springfield, Ohio was like one of the big areas of the Industrial Revolution back in the 1950s, 1960s, like the post-World War II industrial boom. That's actually where the population peaked in Springfield, Ohio. It was 80,000 people back then. Now it's about like 50,000 or so. Okay? Huge population decline. And so this Springfield community, they were making boxes, they were making machinery parts. But eventually, as we know, a lot of industry in the U.S. moved from the north to the south. A lot of industry moved overseas. And Springfield, Ohio is one of the many communities that got left behind in the transition from a manufacturing economy to a service economy. And Springfield never changed. And employers have been struggling for a very, very long time of getting new businesses opened up in the region and forming a new community. So they partnered with the local government, and the local government agreed that it would be beneficial to bring in more people and attract more people into their community. One of the things that we've talked about on a past episode is homeland visas. And it was these are designed for if a person from outside of the United States wants to move here, they can get this specific visa, and then they could, be put in a rural town in Montana that needs more workers, right? And so that's what Springfield, Ohio was trying to do. When the Biden administration comes in, they provide temporary protective status for a certain number of Haitian immigrants. Now, temporary protective status means that these people are not illegally here. You will hear incessantly from the Republicans and from conservative news guys that, they're illegal. It's not true. They are completely legal. They have work permits. They're allowed to work legally. They have work authorizations. And so all these people, Biden grants them temporary protective status, and they move to Springfield because it starts growing again. And because
Springfield wants them.
Because Springfield wants them, and the business community wants them. And the business community has been singing the praises of the Haitian immigrants. They have been saying that, they work really, really hard. They don't have the drug problems that have been crippling a lot of Springfield, Ohio's workforce. And they are taking low-wage jobs. They're taking the jobs that Americans don't want to do. And because of that, now Springfield is a little bit on the up and up, okay? Things are getting built there. New stuff is happening. But there are growing pains, and that's important to know. We're talking about maybe some estimates put 20,000. I hear like 20,000 Haitian immigrants. I haven't seen any estimate that high. Maybe it's 10,000, maybe it's 15, maybe it's 5, okay? It's in the 5 to 15 range. It's not at 20.
But for a town of 50,000, that's still an enormous influx.
Enormous influx. Yeah. And there's growing pains involved.
Sure.
There's no doubt there's growing pains. Rents have been increasing, okay? Out of like 400 cities that were surveyed over the last year, it had the 68th highest or fastest growing rent in the country, which is 3.2% annually, which is not terrible. Right? It's not like it's the most fastest. It's not like it's crazy. It's not like the town is breaking at its seams. That's not happening. But there's definitely growing pains, right? There's more Haitian immigrants are on the Medicaid rolls than ever before.
Yeah.
Right?
And I would also expect that there's division because there's not assimilation this early and this quickly in the process, especially when they're coming in numbers that number into the thousands,
Yes.
which means it's much easier for them to kind of create their own bubbled off communities, both the Haitian immigrants and the other natives of the town.
And we know that this has been happening. I'm getting this from conservative reporters, unfortunately, because those are the people who are interested in this. But the conservative reporters went down there and they interviewed a lot of white people about their new neighbors, and they were incredibly racist to these Haitians. Just incredibly racist. I recommend. I don't remember his name. I actually don't want you to give him any views anyway, actually. But he talks to one of the guys there, and the guy calls a Haitian, comes out of the house, and he just calls him a racial slur right to his face as he's walking out of the house.
Holy shit.
And so the division is getting insane. But then everything comes to a head a year or so ago with the death of Aiden Clark. Aiden Clark was an 11-year-old boy who was on a school bus. Okay, he was going to school with 52 other classmates. A minivan veered off into the wrong lane of the road, hit the school bus head on, and Aiden Clark died. An 11-year-old boy died. This person driving the minivan happened to be of Haitian descent. He's been here for about a year. Okay, of Haitian descent, he was in his 30s. That caused a firestorm, and white people, started showing up to Springfield, Ohio city council meetings and demanding that the city stop accepting Haitian immigrants.
Holy shit.
And the city manager and the city councilors are like, guys, we don't control the U.S. immigration policy. We can't control who moves in and who doesn't move in. We can't do that, right? And people are freaking out. They're like, we never voted for this. We're going to kick you out. We're going to vote you out. If you don't care to solve problems, get out of the way. And then a lot of these white people also start doing the great replacement stuff. And they're saying that this small town is getting conquered by an outside influence. And why would any nation allow their towns to become majority minority, And so they start going off about all this vitriolic stuff. And the town feels like it needs to respond, which it does, actually, because the town does need to do more to build more housing. It does need to do more to get more jobs and investment into the area. That's all true. So the mayor of Springfield, Ohio, goes on Fox News following all these things. He goes on Fox News and he starts saying all this. He's like, we need more housing. We need more this. We need more that. There's causing a strain on local resources, which is all fine and it's all true. But the problem isn't the people. The problem is the lack of resources. Okay, that's the problem, because there's a business demand for these people to be there. The jobs and the communities are going. Manufacturing is exploding in Springfield, Ohio right now.
Yeah. The racism is causing the problems to be directed at the people.
Yes, and that's the shame here. So with the death of Aiden Clark, people are demanding action, and then we get to what happened recently. A couple weeks ago, a woman posted on Facebook that her daughter's friend's neighbor saw a Haitian person eating and stealing a cat. Okay? Daughter's friend's neighbor, something like that. It's like 3 layers removed. Okay? Post that on Facebook. Today, she got interviewed because she's where it all came from.
Ground zero.
And she's like, I didn't mean for it to get this far. It was just a rumor. I didn't mean for it to be like this. I have deep regrets that it spread like this. And now she feels bad for the immigrant community for spreading something. And it's getting blasted by the president or the ex-president of the United States at a debate stage. And now in Springfield, there have been 2 bomb threats at schools with majority or large plurality of Haitian students.
Holy shit.
Bomb threats. And Haitians are now calling up the city manager and calling up their city councilors, being like, is it safe for me to even be here? Like, should I leave? Like, should I be sending my kids to school anymore? And it's because of all this vitriolic and deep hatred that is directed at a poor minority community just trying to make ends meet. And the right wing just holds no bounds, man. They have no bounds.
That is really sad. It's hard when something so small. I mean, the death of an 11-year-old boy is horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, native-born Americans crash cars and kill other people all the time, right?
Yeah,
but it's just such an easy scapegoat.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because there was an article today published in the New York Post talking about how someone made a wrong turn in Springfield, Ohio, caused a head-on collision. The guy was Haitian. No one died. The cars just crashed.
Yeah.
Why is this in the New York Post?
Exactly.
Why are we hearing? There's 600 car crashes a day. Why are you putting this at the on the front page of the New York? What's happening?
Yeah,
they're trying to cause division.
Exactly.
And they're just trying to do it for the election season. They're trying to make people hate each other. They're doing it on purpose, dude.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to Aiden Clark, because Aiden Clark's father actually gave a speech at a city council meeting, and he said, "I wish my son died due to a white man." It's like, I wish my son died because of a 60-year-old white guy, so that way his memory couldn't be used for hatred of another group of people. And he's like, I never thought that I would be talking about how I wished my son would have died. Okay. But he was like saying, like, live like Aiden, which is about love. And, he's trying to use Aiden's memory in some good capacity instead of the right-wing media's capacity of trying to make you hate black people. And that's all this is. That's all it is. That's it. Just trying to make you hate black people and point to another poor person as your problem instead of anyone else. It's tragic.
So, we have a Patreon. And since you made it to the end of the episode, that means that maybe you are somewhat interested in the content we make, which, let me say, that's awesome.
That's so cool that you think that we have good takes enough for you to watch our stuff. That means a lot.
Thank you so much. You're probably wrong, but we'll take it. If you want to support the show, and we post exclusive content on there, so if you want to see more of that, see us go deeper onto a few other topics, maybe some of the stuff we post on there is stuff that we think the normies on YouTube might be a little bit less interested in, but the nerds that want to go to Patreon are more interested in. Feel free to check it out. There's going to be a link in the video description. There's a link in the channel description as well.
Perfect.
We would super appreciate it.
Love you guys.